always taught the brain creates the thought. But what if it's just an antenna waiting to tune in? We were always taught the brain creates the thought. But what if it's just an antenna waiting to tune in?
We have always been told that thoughts originate in the brain. But what if the brain is actually an antenna? A tuner? If the brain is an antenna, our human existence takes on a different meaning. With the brain as an antenna, we cease to be biological machines generating ideas by chemical chance, and instead become interpreters of a universal wisdom. If the brain is an antenna, the key question is not, "What am I thinking?" but rather, "What frequency am I connecting to?" We often say, "my thoughts," as if they were objects we manufacture in an internal factory. Thoughts are not something that happens inside your head, but something you live in. Imagine that thoughts are like ocean water and we are fish. The water is everywhere. We don't create it, we simply move through it. The same happens in our brain. The brain does not create thoughts or ideas. It tunes into them like a radio. But how can I tune into desired ideas? Emotions are the dial, the selector of what we think. When we are in a state of fear or anxiety, our antenna becomes blocked or tunes only into survival and alert frequencies. However, when we are in an emotional state of peace and tranquility, we tune into ideas of creativity, solutions, and answers. It is not about striving to think well, it is about managing emotions, the emotional state, to change the receiving frequency. Thoughts are part of a collective or universal field that we access according to our emotional state. Nikola Tesla used to say, "My brain is only a receiver. In the universe, there is a core from which we obtain knowledge, strength, and inspiration." He said his ideas came to him as finished visions with absolute technical detail. He felt his mind was a radio dial that, when turned correctly, managed to catch the frequency where the solution to the problem lay. Tesla said that his internal emotional condition affected his reception capacity. Enthusiasm and passion create emotions that amplify the signal, increasing his ability to visualize projects.
We were always taught the brain creates the thoughts. But what if it's just an antenna waiting to tune in? I am not the owner of my thoughts. I am the space where they manifest. My body is the instrument.
Imagine your mind is a very tall building. You don't manufacture your thoughts. You simply see them through the window of the floor where you are sitting. That floor is your emotion. Emotions like guilt or shame live in the basement. There are no windows. You are in the dark. Your thoughts are, "I am worthless," or "everything goes wrong for me." It's not that you are a negative person. It's just that in the basement light doesn't enter. You cannot see anything else. Emotions like fear and constant desire live in the first level. Here there are windows, but they have bars. You look out and only see dangers or things you lack. Your thoughts tune into, what if something happens to me? Or, I need that to be okay. You are trapped looking at what you don't have. Emotion like pride lives in the middle level. Here you don't necessarily feel good, you just feel better than others. You feel strong, but you are on the defensive. Your thoughts are, I am right and they are not. It is a better view, but it's very tiring because you have to make sure no one takes your place. Courage is in the next floor. For the first time, you open the window and stop being a victim of the weather. Your thought tunes into action. I don't know how it will turn out, but I'm going to try. This is where you truly start to live. You keep going up and find the floor where clarity is. The view from here is incredible. Everything looks orderly. You no longer take anything personally. Your thoughts are like a map. You understand why things happen. It is the floor of peace of mind and learning. The terrace is for love and peace. At the very top there is no more glass. The sun hits you head on. Here there are no problems, only solutions and gratitude. Your thoughts are, everything is fine. Not because the world is perfect, but because you are at the highest point of the building.
We were always taught the brain creates the thoughts. But what if it's just an antenna waiting to tune in? I am not the owner of my thoughts. I am the space where they manifest. My body is the instrument.
Reclaim your receiver sovereignty. Recognize that your mind functions as a receiver open to a field of infinite possibilities. Through your antenna, signals of all kinds constantly cross. Brilliant ideas, memories, intuitions, but also noise, shadows, or interferences that have no relation to you. Understand now that you are not what you capture. Your identity does not reside in the flow of thoughts that traverse your consciousness, but in the capacity to observe them. Your true power does not consist in trying to silence the universe or avoid uncomfortable signals. That would be like trying to stop the wind. Your freedom resides in non-identification. By recognizing that you are the radio equipment and not the transmission, you regain the sovereignty to choose. You can observe the noise without claiming it as your own, let the shadows pass without giving them weight, and with full will, retune your attention to the frequency you wish to cultivate. Presence, clarity, and peace. And remember, the brain is an antenna. It doesn't produce thoughts, it tunes into them.
We were always taught the brain creates the thought. But what if it's just an antenna waiting to tune in? We were always taught the brain creates the thoughts. But what if it's just an antenna waiting to tune in? I am not the owner of my thoughts. I am the space where they manifest. My body is the instrument.
We were always taught the brain creates the thoughts. But what if it's just an antenna waiting to tune in? I am not the owner of my thoughts. I am the space where they manifest. My body is the instrument.
Yeah. These shadows on the dial, they're just passing through my mind. And my freedom's in the space where I don't claim them as my own. Cause I'm the radio, baby. I hold the sovereignty. I'll retune my station to peace and clarity. That sweet clarity.
My antenna's up for signals in the atmosphere. A flow of thoughts, but I'm the one who's listening here. Cause I'm the radio, not the song you hear. And I can tune my dial to presence calm and clear.
My mind is an open receiver now, just infinite signals drifting through the air. But I'm the radio, baby, not the sound. And I can tune my station, to presence, clarity, and peace.